Yeah, Blake Lively was the cruelest person I've ever worked with.
It is so offensive and so ridiculous.
The courtroom was dead silent. The kind of silence that makes your skin crawl. Blake Lively sat there, her face pale, her confidence shattered. This wasn't a movie set. This wasn't a scene from Gossip Girl. This was real, and it was about to blow up in her face.
Will the judge be mad? Also, resurfaced video is showing Blake Lively really stole that cut from Justin Baldoni and Sony.
This isn't going to end well for you, Blake. Sorry.
Judge Lewis Lyman leaned forward, his voice cutting through the tension like a knife. I don't trust you, Blake. I do not trust you. The words hung in the air, heavy and final. This wasn't just a legal battle. This was a reckoning. And Blake Lively was about to lose everything.
Because I don't trust you, Blake. I do not trust you. You have lied too much.
Blake Lively, Hollywood's golden girl, the woman who could do no wrong, was now at the center of one of the biggest scandals the industry had ever seen. For weeks, she'd been running to every media outlet that would listen, painting herself as the victim, the helpless little girl caught in a storm.
I mean, is it not a little hypocritical? Is this a bad look of her if she's trying to tell the courts that we should stop talking about this in public?
But the truth? It was far uglier. Behind the scenes, Blake was orchestrating a full-blown smear campaign against Justin Baldoni, a man she'd worked with, a man she'd accused of unthinkable things. But here's the twist. The evidence wasn't adding up. And the judge? He'd had enough.
Real Me Too stuff, real serial predators that were attacking women who were aspiring actresses who were following their dream.
It all came crashing down when Justin Baldoni fought back. Not with tears, not with PR stunts, but with a $400 million lawsuit. He wasn't just defending himself. He was exposing Blake Lively for what she really was. The courtroom became a battleground, and Blake's carefully constructed narrative began to crumble.
That is the kindest way that a judge can say to you that your lawyers are stupid. It's like he's like being nice here. He's like, your lawyers are really stupid.
Her legal team, her PR machine, the stories she'd fed to the media, it was all falling apart. And the judge? He wasn't buying it. You have lied too much, he said, his voice cold and unyielding. You're trying to hide so much information. Blake sat there, her career gasping for air.
You have fudged truths. You are trying to hide so much information that you are like your character in a simple favor, and I can't unsee it.
Let's rewind for a second. Blake Lively didn't just accuse Justin Baldoni of misconduct. She went after him with everything she had. Fake stories planted in the media. Leaked texts taken out of context. A PR machine working overtime to destroy his reputation. She wanted him canceled, blacklisted, erased from Hollywood.
Blake Lively is caught in old footage, revealing that yes, her secret plan is to always take control of the movies and lie to the directors to get it.
And for a while it worked. Baldoni lost roles. His name was dragged through the mud. But then he did something no one expected. He fought back. And when he did, the truth started to come out. The texts Blake leaked, they were cherry-picked. The stories she fed to the press, they were full of holes. And the judge, he saw right through it.
She filed a fake Me Too and got caught, okay? Caught. A fake Me Too and got caught.
You have fudged truths, the judge said, his words echoing through the courtroom. You have lied too much. It was a moment no one saw coming. Blake Lively, the woman who always had the upper hand, was being called out in front of everyone. And it wasn't just the judge. Baldoni's lawyer, Brian Friedman, was dropping bombshell after bombshell, exposing every lie, every manipulation, every backroom deal Blake had made to destroy his client.
It's going to be the kind of lawsuit that is full of evidence, admissions, documents, which prove exactly what she did and how she bullied her way through the process to take over the movie and used her PR people to try and destroy Justin.
Blake's legal team tried to silence him, but the judge shut it down.
No, he said.
This ends now.
In a world where sometimes people judge you before they give you a chance.
The fallout was immediate. Hollywood executives who'd once stood by Blake were now quietly distancing themselves. PR firms were dropping her like a hot potato. And the public? They were starting to see her in a whole new light.
But if someone calls you that in real life, they're all, that woman is cruel. That is really like at least for me, that's the most impactful way that you can say a person's mean, you know? Because cruel is like you're enjoying this. There's something wrong with you. And that's exactly what these two people look like. And so it's just glorious to watch it all blow up in their face.
This wasn't the Blake Lively they knew. This was someone else entirely. Someone who'd weaponized the media, manipulated the truth, and tried to destroy a man's life. And now it was all coming back to haunt her. Her career, her reputation, her empire, it was all on the line.
But she thinks this is okay and like proudly displaying us. We're women, so we can just lie and cheat and steal our way into control these big movies. I mean, how disturbing is this to you?
None of it was just due to the fact that she seems like a rather shitty person.
Justin Baldoni's $400 million lawsuit wasn't just about money. It was about justice. It was about exposing the corruption, the lies, the power plays that had almost destroyed him. And as the evidence piled up, it became clear Blake Lively wasn't the victim. She was the villain. The texts, the emails, the witness testimonies, they all pointed to one thing. Blake had orchestrated this entire mess. And now, she was about to pay the price.
She decided to blame him, and boy, did she open up a hornet's nest and learn, be careful what you wish for, because now you've got the fight you asked for, and you're not winning it.
Blake Lively's downfall wasn't just a legal defeat. It was a public humiliation. The woman who'd once been Hollywood's darling was now a liability. Studios didn't want to touch her. Directors didn't want to work with her. And the public? They'd turned their backs on her.
Yet when I went in the meetings, I would just seem like I'm just there to be the actor and ready to get the gig. I wouldn't reveal that I actually need to have authorship in order to feel fulfilled. So I think that for them, sometimes that might have felt like a rug pull.
This wasn't just a scandal. It was a reckoning. And for Blake Lively, there was no way out. Her career, her reputation, her legacy, it was all crumbling. And the worst part? She'd brought it all on herself.
B-list actress Blake Lively and her husband, Ryan Reynolds, are not going to be pleased when they find this out.
To me, this does not help Blake Lively's case at all.
Spare no expense. We are not going to be intimidated into settling.
The courtroom was silent again. But this time, it wasn't just tension in the air. It was finality. Blake Lively had lost. Not just the case, but everything. Her career, her reputation, her place in Hollywood. It was all gone. And as she walked out of that courtroom, head down, shoulders slumped, one thing was clear. This wasn't the end of the story. It was the beginning of her downfall. And Hollywood? It was watching.